President Trump not the only one reacting to this Knicks win. The city is electric following the title run.
We've got live team coverage for you this morning on the celebrations across the city, both the good and the bad. Let's begin with the good. Noëlle Lilley outside the Garden this morning. Hey.
Hey guys, start spreading the news because the New York Knicks are NBA champions. As you said, after 53 long years, Knicks fans can now bring that title back home, and the energy and vibes are already being felt here outside of MSG. A lot calmer than last night, but plenty of people rocking their orange and blue. Now, it was a nail-biter of a playoff series for Knicks fans, but this celebration is decades in the making. It's a win that is for the whole city and really the whole tri-state area, as the Knicks dominated through their playoff run but had a few close calls. The players and the fans showing a lot of heart this finals, and local connections played a key role. Multiple players, including Karl Anthony Towns and Jose Alvarado, grew up in the tri-state area. Fans say this brings an extra layer of excitement to have the win back here. Now, those fans got to watch their team win it all. We saw watch parties the entire series across New York City, like Park Slope in Brooklyn, Harlem, and Upper Manhattan, and of course right here outside of MSG, where thousands came to support their team. Now, even though the Knicks did not win that deciding game here at home, it did not stop the orange and blue party.
What does this win mean to New York City?
Everything, everything. Nothing unites the city more than sports, and there's no team that unites us more than the Knicks. This is the only team that we're not divided on. The Knicks are the only team that unites everyone in this city.
Okay, as you can see, we got some Knicks fans here. How you feeling? Let's go Knicks! Thank you so much. 53 long years. Yeah, guys, the vibes are great here outside of MSG. And again, wait for that parade this week on Thursday. I bet we're going to see even more excitement just like that. And Knicks fans deserve it. As you said, they've been through a lot waiting for this moment, a historic one for all of us here. I'll send things back to you guys in the studio.
They do deserve it. That is for sure. Noëlle, thank you very much. While most fan celebrations have been joyful, there have been some chaotic moments to report.
And Christina Fan joins us live from Times Square with the latest. Christina, things are looking better out there. Nothing compared to what it looked like earlier this morning.
That is right, Aziza and Chris. Unfortunately, some of the celebrations here in Midtown did get a little bit out of control. Sanitation workers are still out several hours later. They are sweeping up all the trash, debris, food, and even shattered glass that came from the numerous vehicles that were vandalized and broken into last night. But it didn't start out that way. In fact, the crowds were relatively peaceful in the beginning, basking in the success of the Knicks championship win. Many were chanting and dancing in the street, others lighting fireworks. But as the night went on, dozens climbed on top of a row of yellow school buses packed in Times Square for the purpose of shuttling people to and from the World Cup. The crowd ripped off hoods, smashed windshields, and even lit one bus on fire. A wall of officers in riot gear responded with batons and zip ties, ordering the crowd to disperse. Multiple people were detained as police tried pushing back that crowd of rowdy fans. The celebration unfortunately took an even more violent turn at around 2 a.m. when shots rang out near Times Square. The NYPD says a 17-year-old was struck in the left foot and 3 people were taken into custody. Investigators also recovered a gun from the scene. The NYPD says numerous arrests were made following last night's vandalism spree right here in Times Square, but also near MSG. We are still waiting for a more accurate count to come from the police department. But for now, reporting live from Times Square, Christina Fan, CBS News, New York.
Thank you, Christina. And this championship is not just about the current players on the Knicks, but those who have come before them as well.
Doug Williams caught up with one of the best to ever put on a Knicks uniform, Walt Clyde Frazier, at the Frost Bank Center in San Antonio.
What are the emotions like tonight for you after watching this team and as you've watched this team so closely for years as this unit has come together?
Well, you know, I'm praising God, man. I was here in '73. I'm still here to see another one. So this team reminded me so much of the teams that I played on, the unselfish way they played the game. They played defense, offense. There were no ego problems. The character of the players. The coach was a lot like Red Holtzman. Hard but fair, and I'm just delighted and proud of them, the way they persevered through this series to come away with a championship. And the fans deserve it, man. We have the best fan base in in all the sports. We saw it in Atlanta, they took over. We saw it in Philly, saw it in Cleveland, again in San Antonio. The Knicks fans just took over the arena and supporting the team. And that gave the Knicks team a lot of support because they felt, even on the road, they were like at home.
Yeah.
So
I mean, tonight was deafening from the Knicks crowd. I was in the tunnel, and the largest eruptions of the night were from the Knicks fans for a Knicks bucket, and that was really jarring. You mentioned no ego issues, the character of this team. I think a lot of the folks who have fallen in love with the Knicks in the last month, who maybe weren't paying that close of attention before, fell in love not just with the basketball, but with the personalities, with the interviews they heard, with Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart on their podcast. What is it about this group that allows them to play the unselfish basketball that you're talking about, that allows them to, when Landry Shamet's hitting every three, winning that way, and when he doesn't put up many points, winning that way too?
Well, I think that part of Shamet is our destiny. We had 9 guys that were thriving. We were no longer a two-man team with just Brunson and Cat. So all the OG elevated his game, Bridges elevated his game. And I think the key to that was the Villanova connection, because Hart, Bridges, and Brunson brought a bond to the team that became contagious. You know, like the team I played on in 1970, you can't mention Frazier without Bradley, without DeBussy, without Reed, without Barnett. We personified team, and that's the way these guys were doing it as well.
And there were so many other former Knicks at the game last night. We saw Patrick Ewing there, very emotional. Also, Charles Oakley.
Yeah, nice to see him in the arena down there.
Exactly.
John Starks, who Doug also spoke with. You know, it's funny. They're Clyde, obviously one of the legends of the Knicks. There are certain players that come to franchise. They win championships. You win a championship in New York, it's like winning a championship.
Forever.
Exactly. It's unlike any other city in the country. I mean, you go back to the 60s, Joe Namath, the 70s, you've got Walt Clyde Frazier, the 80s, LT and the Giants. 90s, you know, in the 80s, you can also put about 12 Yankees in that category as well. In the 90s, Derek Jeter, and then Eli Manning for the Giants, and now Jalen Brunson is in that category with these guys. For a guy that, when we signed him a couple of years ago, people were like, you know, that was who we got, Jalen Brunson. We couldn't get, you know, LeBron or this or that or KD, and he now goes to the, you know, the Mount Rushmore
the title,
of
King of New York.
Yeah, it's just incredible. That
Let's not get you started, Chris.
Good for him, you know.
All right, well, we have continued coverage of the Knicks championship throughout the day. You can also find our complete coverage on our website, cbsnewyork.com.